Let's do this. Uh, since I'm apparently obsessed with my Valentine right now, I'm making a Harpy deck after this. We're going to rank with this deck, Amazonas Runic. This is the most consistent and powerful strategy. It's still not that powerful. The concept is to make a towers. However, it's a very weak towers. I'm more aware than anyone because of Ruin that having a card read cannot be destroyed is not really all that good. Cannot be targeted is a little better, I suppose. And that's what Empress and Augusta together fulfill. Scouts is something a lot of people sleep on. Since I'm planning to stall the game out and eventually just go for game by punching on turn 5 and above. The scouts, if you can constantly recycle them, are a great way to delay until you can properly get your 2 towers out. Let's look at what a proper tower monster should be like. An equally fragile strategy but ends on a ridiculous board. This is the card text you want to read, Ash. Where basically the only way to get rid of the stupid ass fucking raid raptors is with a kaiju. Or a lava golem or any other tribute. Where's like the... I know they have another boss monster with more attack and defense. Where is it? Just Ultimate Falcon, I guess. Because, technically alongside kaijus, there is still battle removal. But if I remember correctly, there's like a fucking Raid Raptor that's also unaffected by card effects and also says makes your Raid Raptors not be able to be destroyed by battle. Whatever, I don't care about the Raid Raptors. If we're talking birds, it's always the Harpies. Maybe I can combine them with Lyrilusk or other such powerful winged beast archetypes. I might get some work done. I want to do one last test match against Dragoon. One thing I'm really worried about is if I'm forced to go second and lose rock, paper, scissors. Because I don't have a lot of protection cards here. Alright, they probably got at least one hand trap in there. I'm gonna assume those are all, like, fucking all the hand traps in the world. Infinite, 2 infinite imperms and 1 ash blossom, or something stupid like that. Well, actually, they can't activate infinite imperm. Alright, so, I mean, I don't know, I'm pretty sure the AI only has Ash Blossom. Alright. Let's start with this. It'll get negated. That's alright. We have another. Do we... Is there a point? Alright, because we started with polymerization. Okay then. We need a shield. This is an archetype SP Little Knight, which is pretty ridiculous. I've decided to add it back in since I'm not going for synchro strategies. Level 9 is really bad for synchro strategies. But I mean, if we're not bothering with that, then, you know. Alright, what can we do on an established board? Vanish until the end phase. What's that going to do for me? The answer's nothing. I'm fucking dead. I do think we would need more than just triple tactics talent if we want to stand a chance. Going second. There's just so many things going against us. I should have chain link to the tiger instead for chain locking. This is one piece of the puzzle. Alright, is this enough disruption? You're joking me. Bullshit. An important question, which cards do we side out during this phase? When we know for sure we're going second, I have every card for going second. But like, I don't really know what to put. I'm thinking run less runics. I knew it. Oh my god! What the? I think they're playing a blind going second deck. It should be a good thing. Alright, what do we do here? Silhouette. Wait, 60 sized. Hmm. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize I couldn't actually draw more cards with Runic Fountain. She is level 7. Debtors. Now that's a card I don't see a lot. I don't know, will this work? No, that's not how that works. I could've sworn someone did that to me once. Why are all the opponents I'm facing Kashtira now? Who the fuck is this? They aren't tuners. Or Link Spider. What the fuck is this? Decode Talker Heat Soul? What kind of fucking deck was that? It was a it was an access code talker turbo apparently.
Alright. Start playing a new deck. You know what time it is? I have teased playing Paranoid for like the last 8 streams. We are finally going to do it. This list isn't perfect. It's just there's so many URs, I don't want to craft them all. Okay, now, before I get too into it, I do want to let you all know, yes, theoretically, you could be playing a Snake Eyes package. and in fact, it is probably correct to do so. But I'm not going to do so. The reason I'm not going to do so is because if I play a Snake Eyes package and I do a Snake Eyes combo, everyone is going to be so mad that I'm playing Snake Eyes and not playing Infernoid right. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of this Debbie Yachty. Special Decatron. Let's go Decatron Effecatron. Alright, gate time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I should go over here. I don't want you guys to miss any hot milling action. Yeah, that's... So anyone any good books lately? Oh, we did it! Wait, we found one! Okay. What did we hit? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 guys. And we can Void Beast turn 1? That's crazy. Decatron. And let's chain this. Target Void Beast. Or you know what, actually, let's go Cybermoss and Decatron. And then the Decatron can send a Atondel. And this Decatron can send... Why not? Now what? Well, we can do a lot of shit. I think we should Dark Fusion. Dark Fusion send Evil, use Piatti, and Seismos. We'll go Evil. Oh god, I don't know what's still in my deck. Apparently it's only letting me do a 6, so I imagine there's not a ton. Cool. Send Inferno monsters with different names equal to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jesus Christ, and then if this card is sent to the graveyard, add a Void target. I guess we just go into our random 2 here. Like a Doolittle Chimera. This one is Monster Negation? Yeah. Then we could grab a Void. What do we want? This isn't bad. But we don't have a card to discard, so I think it is Breach. Imagination doesn't actually do anything, chat. Let's go... Breach. Let's go... Princess. Right now, what do we want to do? We want a small guy. So this guy's 2. I think 2 is as small as it gets. So, Princess. Oh, they have something! Shit, they have something! I'm liking this. I'm seeing how this is gonna happen. Okay, hold up. Let me put it in Flame Tongue. No, it's too much money. I'll just deal without. I will simply win this coin toss. Did they just fucking make me go first? Look at that! Yeah!
I'm not winning. There's a fat 0% chance I win.
Oh. Go ahead! Okay, we're gonna go, Blacko laughs, Chung.
Do you know about hot springs already?
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, where's the Chandra? No, it's strike! Fuck. Shit. Gagari? Droplet? Fuck you! Oh, wait. Alright, here's a cool fun fact you get to learn here. Droplet has to pick exactly the right number. So here, it can't.
Instead of Amazon at all, I'm supposed to actually be using willpower here.
Going Hayate, unsurprising. Now what? Grabbing Rose. Blood. Chain Rose. Okay. Sure. That's annoying. Fucking trying to do here. I'm a little confused. Like, where are we going from this? Are we making a rank war? Oh, we're making Z. We are making Z. Huh. Oh, do they have a cult? Oh, they don't. Okay. Well, shit! I didn't think we were gonna get to do that! Ooh, not what I wanted to see.
Alright,
This seems bad. Shut the fuck up! I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. This deck sucks? What do you want? This deck is like if you asked the designers to make the worst deck possible that could still top, and they succeeded in full. Wow, you moron! It's the best Harpy's Feather Duster of my life! Fuck you! Truth Apocalypse! Oh my god, okay. Holy!
how did they keep top decking that?
Reasoning! Level 1, selected. Yeah. Bill Beast.
Dino fucking wrestler.
You haven't seen a fucking monster yet. Where is the monster? Holy shit. Come on. Debian. Suggest. Another fucking beast. Greenios. Petrulia. Oh, it's so goddamn over. I don't have purpose. Oh, so oh, I'll show you why they call me Infernoid Pilots. What the fuck? What is that? What the fuck? Why can't I banish a card on the field? This deck sucks. Go. Attack the opponent's monster. I'm using this correct. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not using this. Nice drop. More like this drop. Nice droplet. And by that I mean nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Fuck it. We're not doing anything past this other than die.
Why did I do it this way? I'm like really goddamn dumb. The stupidest guy who ever lived. Okay. Yeah, we really should. Anyway. Lost another diamond. First. You know how it is. This is not a bad game. Beast Droplet, like, I feel pretty good about this, personally. Unfortunately, the sequencing works out kind of fucked, because, here, hold up.
Wow.
Oh, they're holding a draw. There we go.
Yeah, here it comes.
Don't you ash this. Okay, thank God. Okay, Decatron. We'll send Deviati and a Nonku. How come you all are saying send little ones? What does sending little ones do? They can't be summoned from the grave. So it's just sending them to have them. Are these hard oneses? No. They're not. I guess we'll contest that. As expected. Good news is it's vanished. That's like pretty nice. Don't you fucking do it. Okay, if they have 2 Kaimen, we do lose here. Oh, yeah! Yes! Oh! Woo! See, we're doing stuff. Yeah, now we're getting our coin flip wins! Finally! The coin flips. This hand doesn't do anything. You know what would be crazy in this hand, regrettably? You know what would be really good? Oh, you know what? Nothing, because we're ending our turn right here. I'd like to see you beat my 1 negate. Shit, they're gonna beat our 1 negate.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, no, you can read, you can count that as read, you can redeclare an attack.
No!
Right, that's how that works.
Oh no!
That's stupid.
No! No! Oh no! I bet they put the cat back.
And why is this? Mark, that's not allowed.
Okay, this is just gonna have to work.
My deck's so cringe, they really just want me to stop using it.
Okay. Absolutely. Oh, we didn't put the cat back! We said we need the cat. The cat's about to go crazy. Am I taking 6 here? What the fuck? Alright, I don't know what we're doing from this position. We have to draw like a power spell, but we could easily still win this. Okay, come on, baby.
Some kind
I
of...
have like 90 power spells in here. That is one of them. That's one of them. Thank you. We can Deviati? That's crazy. Oh, with our entire hand. That's alright. It's Jet. Let's summon Decatron. Decatron Effecatron. We're gonna call Monster here to try and force out a hand trap, but it looks like they have nothing. Maybe they're just toggling, but...
Fuck, I was gonna say, what, a set? Are they playing Labyrinth?
Or will I? Or will I at all? Why can't I throw an Holodeck? Oh, because it's not under 8, I see. Should've led that. 1. Oh my god, transaction rollback. Dark Fusion. Petrulia. Unknown Coup. Where are the fucking monsters? Primios, Reasoning, 22 cards in deck, another Primios,
That's probably like Welcome or something.
Okay, that's right.
The Ruma cannon would suck too.
Oh my god. Fuck. Okay, because of the way this works, we have Decatron, Chain, rollback. Oh. We're kind of guys, apparently. Decatron summon, I don't know, we'll set aside some months. Okay, does this card protect them at all? No. Okay, put this guy back in your hand, asshole. Hey! Woo! That's a hell of an effect. Bring out the Homodic. Banishing one of the little guys.
Bah.
Promethean. Promethean summon back. Decatron, right? Or actually, Ita makes the most sense. The guy without a level. We go Flood. Tondel. And here's a one called to banish this fucking guy. Whew. Damn, sometimes you play this deck and you're like, this is the best deck in history, nothing comes close, and sometimes you play this deck and you're like, this deck is piss, it's so bad. Wait, does this fucking guy have to send it? Okay, thank God they let it send to the graveyard. Because if they put it in the back row, I wouldn't get the double attack. Oh, man. I forgot that cards used to have restrictions on them. Thankfully, we've mostly done away with that. Oh! That's what I like to see. That is an Infernoid victory. Alright, let's quit while we're ahead. Oh, it's our rank up, though. Ah, it's our rank up, dude. Oh, but our rank up. We gotta do the rank up. We gotta do the rank up. This hit's not bad. This hit is not bad. I have to call Oak here. I have no option. No. Okay, quit while you're ahead. That's my message to all of you nascent gamblers.
Get it through your thick skull, she's immune! Not that it matters. That chance I win a fucking grind game against Labyrinth. If they have Daruma Karma Cannon, that's it. No. My Swamp King. I want 3 copies of Secret Arts and the other one. I don't know why I'm fucking using Dark Hole. Let's just do one more game.
Video, I want to focus on the twisting of a very specific Japanese property to meet the demands of more gun-toting, cheeseburger-eating, flag-saluting sensibilities. Today we're going to be talking about the episodes of the Pokemon anime that were banned in America. If you take the quest of Pokemon's Gotta Catch 'em All expansionistically and then apply it to all the episodes of the Pokemon cartoon, well then your journey is going to leave you short 8 episodes if you hail from the red, white, and blue instead of just the red and white. Now the total could have potentially been higher, as there were 2 episodes that were temporarily banned from Patriot Airwaves, meaning there's likely going to be 10 different short videos on the extremely bland clickbait frenzy content channel that your millennial cousin just won't fucking stop sending you stuff from. And those numbers only apply to those who value menu prices over proper
I'm still using the terrible the bad version.
You can get a record number of banned episodes with a whopping
Cerulean and 4, I always get the 2 mixed up for some goddamn reason.
South Korea fucking hates Japan. That's really it. Most of these are censored in South Korea because they directly reference Japanese culture. Now, I get it. I get it. There's a lot of historical precedent, but why are you blaming Pikachu for colonialism? Now, aside from that entirely pointless bit of trivia, for this video, I'm going to be watching and reviewing 3 specific episodes of the Pokemon anime that are fully banned in America to this day, as far as I know, and a 4th episode that's banned worldwide and will never, ever be seen again in any official capacity. Those episodes are Beauty and the Beach, Holiday Hijinks, The Legend of Dratini, and Electric Soldier Porygon. I've chosen those 4 because they hit all sorts of lovely criteria for what gets me to rant about useless bullshit on the internet. There's a good story behind all of them, they have shocking screenshots and clips that have been passed around the internet for years in hushed tones, they're all from the original series, which tickles my personal nostalgia boner in just the right ways, and they include the cornerstones of my YouTube content: sex, violence, racism, and possible seizures? Okay, wait, I'm not racist, I swear. I'm really not. Everyone knows the least racist people are the ones who always have to remind everyone how not racist they are. Now, you can easily tell these episodes are banned because they're nowhere to be found on the official episode list on Pokemon.com. Here you go, seriously, skim it. They're not there. Pokemon's first season is even on American Netflix, and none of these as of this video are there. I checked, they are gone. Pokemon does not want to talk about these bad boys, but you better believe I do. Now just do me a favor and grant me forgiveness on how I may present some of these episodes. I am going to try very hard to avoid picture slideshows, but we all know how copyright is on this bitch of a website, emphasis on bitch. Worst case scenario, you can watch them all along with me if you, if you happen to be adept at sailing the 7 seas. That's right, everyone. I've been manning a crew of buccaneers, and we've been sailing the 7 seas in search of good lost media. Perhaps you could join me with a few websites and programs. Now let's go ahead and review these episodes in a format you normally would never, ever, ever be able to see again, even if you wanted to pay for it. Arrgh! What the fuck ever? Do you eat food?
What the
If you're
fuck?
part of the 81% of people who do, then this video's sponsor is perfect for you, because it's Factor. Factor is the meal delivery service that knows that the modern world has been optimized down to the millisecond, so spending even an iota of time cooking, prepping, or even dreaming about food is akin to throwing your life away. Take back the precious seconds you have on this mortal coil by letting Factor do all the work when it comes to forcing your body's digestion digestive system to stop complaining so
Wait,
much.
holy shit, I didn't notice I got milk.
After leaving my 6th girlfriend's house before I visit my 7th, I know it's time to eat a Factor meal, which is super easy to do since all you need is a microwave, the infantile smarts and motor mechanics needed to put the food in said microwave, and the gumption to make all of it happen. Here's some footage of me eating Factor way too uncomfortably close to my camera and microphone. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Factor. And it works well for me because my favorite things in life are ones that fit in my refrigerator, which is why I also sleep in there. Factor offers up to 35 fresh, never frozen meals a week, including keto, calorie smart, vegan, and vegetarian options. So no matter what sort of calories your picky and spoiled body needs, you'll be able to cram them all into your gullet. And they also do breakfast, smoothies, and midnight snacks, allowing you to fight back the beast of requiring sustenance to survive anytime, day or night. Head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code HUGBEES50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code HUGBEES50 at Factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Factor, the only food fully endorsed by every major religion on Earth, and even some that you've never heard of. Let's start off with the most lighthearted of the bunch, shall we? Beauty and the Beach was an episode of Pokemon banned for one simple reason. America back in the year 2000 was afraid to admit that almost half the planet has giant lumps of fat on their chests. Oh well, nothing's changed. We're still so stupid as a culture that we think showing people flayed alive and bleeding out from torture wounds is more acceptable than some bare ass cheeks. Beauty and the Beach was, for a time, the 18th episode of Pokemon's inaugural season in the West. But as of right now, the original English dub only aired 2 times.
Stop recycling your monsters, good god.
Then it was pulled from the air to die in obscurity as it never made rebroadcast or has been seen on any home media or streaming formats. The episode begins with Ash, Brock, and Pikachu gallivanting in a tourist town at the beach, brazenly unaware that if Pikachu gets startled by a nearby Tentacool and uses Thunderbolt, some 30-odd people are going to die of electrical-based heart failure because water conducts electricity.
I thought you guys were gonna wait for me by the snack bar. How's the water? It's just weird to see you looking like a girl, huh?
You can ask what in the fuck does Ash mean by looking like a girl and mull over how strange that insult is to Misty's tomboyishness all you want, but for me, the immediate hilarity of this scene is readily apparent thanks to Ash and Brock's casually approached child-style walk cycle. But then Team Rocket shows up, because of course they do, and their plan is to steal money from the tourists through vague, unspecified threats and actions, which realistically just means they'll be doing the same thing that the very tourist town itself does. In their submarine's periscope, they spy a ship headed right for them.
The boat's beautiful. What's it belong to? I don't know. Brock's the one who borrowed it.
Stockard Pikachu in the corner there has no problem with the fact that his trainer is a 10-year-old boy who just stole an entire yacht and is flooring it across the ocean at 80 miles per hour, 69.5181 knots. From some banging my fists on my keyboard style Googling, it turns out that getting a boating license in Japan is more lenient than a driver's license. You can get one as early as 15 years old as long as you limit it to smaller vessels and take a test demonstrating that you have proper ocean operational and nautical knowledge. My point in bringing this up is Ash should not be piloting this craft because he's only 10 years old and most likely wouldn't have the necessary 250,000 yen to take the Class 2 boating license exam, and also he's a fucking thief. Damn, short episode, but Team Rocket's dead. Good night! One joke that I'll never get tired of recycling later, Ash crashes the boat into a nearby dock, and the dock owner, named Mo, who also happens to be the boat owner, is pretty fucking pissed about it.
This is all a big mistake. You remind me of my granddaughter.
Ew! Ew!
So, I know they're gonna make me go first, so what the fuck do I do? There's no way, this guy's an idiot. They're playing Fire King, they know how to do their combos. I'm fucked. There's just no fucking way. I'm getting out of this in any way, shape, or form. In a meaningful way. That being said, how the fuck did I win? Wait, what? No! No way, they're an idiot! But the only real idiot here is me! I want to try Sprite with Amazonas again.
To repair their Gyarados submarine. So in 1974, a ship called the Glomar Explorer was secretly funded by the CIA to raise and hold Soviet submarine from the depths of the ocean. Now the Glomar managed to snag a hold of the submarine with like a large crane, like a crane game that sunk into the ocean. But as it was raising the submarine to the surface, it snapped into pieces, and pretty much everything the CIA wanted to get from it was lost. The ship, the Glomar, for reference, cost $350 million to produce, which is $1.2 billion in year 2000 money. Now, if we factor in tips and calculate generously, assuming a waiter can make about $100 to $500 a night, well, by my math, hang on, let me open the calculator app here. By my math, they're gonna need to wait like a couple dozen tables to get their submarine back. Somehow Misty convinces the old man that the trio can just work off their debt. So while she begins begging for tips to the back end, Brock and Ash begin begging for customers to eat at the local snack bar.
Enjoy our sweet food and save you. What's she doing here?
Jessie looks pretty form too. Get the fuck out of my way, Ash! There's a girl I can fuck! I know you haven't hit puberty yet, we're probably gonna end up in prison if we don't pull up our legally binding contract, but god damn it, Ash, I can see her ankles, and I just know that means she's asking for it. Team Rocket begin taunting our protagonists, and Misty gets back from filing a police report to join in on the retaliation efforts.
We shall they were losers! Choose everybody!
Ash, you can't do that. Pokemon battle rules explicitly state only one Pokemon per trainer at a time. Unless it's a doubles battle, or a triples battle, or a rotation battle, or you know what, Ash, do whatever the fuck you want. You stole a boat. You've only got about 11 more minutes of freedom left before juvenile detention comes to act as a safeguard from you being tried as an adult. Ash comes up with a genius idea. Utilize Pokemon to help. They'll do everything from hand out flyers to help cook to why the fuck
What
did
happened to
anyone
Flamberge?
ever think of this before? Seriously, why is the restaurant still being run with fully
nobody
squishy
uses
humans
him
when you
anymore.
have Pokemon that can cook food by just existing? This is Generation 1. Throw your entire kitchen out the window, get a Rapidash, you see how the flames go down its back? Slap some steaks on there, give that stupid horse an apple if it bitches about the steak juice running down its back, and probably fire all your employees without severance pay, because if I have to go into detail about how many jobs would be obsolete in the Pokemon world, I'd have to start a new political party over it. The plan is a huge success because somehow, despite one of the most popular theme songs in Pokemon screaming, "We all live in a Pokemon world," no one on this beach has seen a Pokemon before, and them working like literal slave labor is all it takes to drum up a crowd.
Looks like everybody wants to eat, and the only port is just a restaurant with Pokemon.
Ash, you can't say that. Ash, Meowth is right there. honestly a game his mouth is from how hard you just disrespected him. I'm about ready to hear Brock step in and say, yeah,
Ash doesn't consider Meowth a Pokemon.
and a stupidly hot bad bitch, too. Meowth sets out on a sabotaging spree, which includes harmless pranks like blowing away the flyers with an industrial fan, dropping banana peels in front of the waitstaff, and starting a full-blown oil explosion, which is fine. If Looney Tunes taught me anything, it's the irony that the more incredible the violence, the less shocking it is. Shoot someone with a gun? I'm scared. Blow them up with an old-timey oil pump? I'm laughing. Some very obvious occasional mishaps cause the entire
Foreshadow.
seconds, so the gang decides
This
to
is what we in the
prove over
business
same
like
way
to call
Marty Company
foreshadowing.
would
By the way,
just
this
found out
guy-
that
this
30%
guy's
of
only
fellow
used
brothers
one
and
card.
didn't make the landing.
Oh, we're really sorry for the way we messed things up for you.
You all did the best you could. At least things were going good for a while until those accidents started happening.
They wrecked your yacht and your dock, which is definitely thousands of dollars in damages, and you're suddenly going to forgive them because your restaurant had one single busy day? Whoa, I used to think you were an old pervert, but now I know you're an old fool. But then a big scandalous plot
Okay, so
twist
I'm
happens
pretty
where Mo
sure
himself
Promethean
owes someone
Princess
money. And that someone is Brutella, the owner of the restaurant
contribute,
Team Rocket's been
can
working at the
fucking
whole time.
destroy Amblo Whale for bullshit. So,
What do you care? I could care less.
but like, there's nothing I can do. I don't have a kaiju. I don't have anything because I thought I was gonna go first.
No, but that means Brutella's also stupid. If Mo owes her money, wouldn't she want his restaurant to succeed so that he can pay her back? I get the power dynamics and obvious sexual chemistry between these two octogenarians, but at least have business sense, Brutella, you stupid bitch. We're back to everyone moping around as Mo correctly comes to the conclusion that he'll never be able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt money over a single afternoon. Why that much? Well, his only logical conclusion is to give Brutella his yacht to pay off his debt, which means this guy is way in the hole and looking for anything to avoid having Team Rocket bigwigs stomp on his beach and shatter his fingers. You know, funny enough, I was going to say the phrase whatever the Pokemon equivalent of the Mafia is in that previous joke, but then I remembered it's just Team Rocket. Jesse and James are incompetent, but the Mafia is just still Team Rocket. Despite suffering severe cases of Stockholm Syndrome from their time spent as indentured servants, the gang has become attached to Mo's quest to pay off his debt and possibly get access to some of the driest, crustiest pussy the land has ever seen. They all brainstorm an idea to raise enough money by the end of the day until Professor Oak and Ash's fucking mom show up.
How come you two are here?
We'll explain that later. Look at this.
Here, son, if I'm going to be your new stepdad, we're going to have to start bonding now. I heard you like Lord of the Rings, so I got you a comic book. It's called Berserk. The guy at the store said that you would love it. Anyway, go read that while I hope you forget to ask me why I'm at a tourist resort with your mother. Oak hands them a flyer for a Pokemon and human lady swimwear and costume contest. Ash tries
Baby
to read
tiger
it, but
for
Oak screams,
chain blocking,
"Ash,
baby."
This is the time to use that because Ash is indoors for some reason.
Enter the beauty contest.
You should, Misty. There are cash prizes.
Yeah,
for both
here
the
it comes.
beauty
I don't
and
care though.
contests.
Somehow,
I
folks,
really
there's
don't.
of you out there watching who don't know what this episode is, and I'm going to tell you a very funny fact about it. The reason this episode got pulled is not because Misty is in a bathing suit competition, despite the fact
Really?
she's like 12. I mean, some of you probably thought you were really clever and said, oh yeah, that's pretty weird, that's why this got banned, that's where this is going, but I can assure you that this is going to be a different and much more blatantly boundary-pushing kind of thing. Pidgeotto flies into the sky and begins shitting out flyers, hyping up the beach contest, and clearly giving no fuck to any form about environmental conservation. I guess when your ocean life can propel jet streams of water on command and sink entire continents at will, it's not really something to think about. The contest stadium packs full of people, and Professor Oak and Mom explain why they're at the island as part of a tour group from Pallet Town, which is bullshit, but I believe it. Mom tells Ash she's proud of him and hopes he isn't getting into trouble, which leads to...
I'm the one who got into trouble, Mrs. Ketchum. Helped out my restaurant when I really needed help. Even more importantly, your son has been a great inspiration to me.
That's not true. He owes you money in exchange for you being on the back of a Poké
No.
car. The fact it came with an opportune time wrapped around it has nothing to do with the fact he committed Grand Theft Auto with your giant boat and crashed it into your dock. If you're trying to be the slyest silver fox in the yard and want to one-up the literal PhD grandpa of the Pokemon world, well, at least have the balls to call Ash the little twerp that he is. Knowing how quickly his mom gets around, it's only going to add another, 12 minutes to your personal bone zone timer that she's got running in her head. Brock is hired as the beauty and costume contest announcer, despite the fact that he only found out it existed about an hour ago, and then someone finally says
What's going on?
Oh, it's more than that. It's fucking weird.
Well, this is a very imaginative costume. It stars you and Squirtle as extraterrestrials in their flying saucer.
That's Starmie.
What the?
That's not Starmie.
What the fuck?
That's Starmie.
I can't side deck. What happened?
Great job, Miss B.
Stop. Here it is. This scene right here, where Misty is shoved out of the way by another competitor, is what got the entire episode meticulously scrubbed for content, and then eventually scrubbed out of the memory of the entire Pokemon Company's collective consciousness. This part of the episode...
I hate my mouse.
For the clips coming up, the thankful folks over in Jack Sparrow's crew replaced the missing footage with the original Japanese footage, so we're unfortunately going to have to start flipping between subbed and dubbed anime for a bit. Don't worry about it, because it will allow me to introduce the climactic appearance of something that absolutely shocked teenager me when he found pictures of it online. I feel only pure godlike bliss that all 6 of you that I called out earlier have no idea what's coming. Enjoy!
優勝は私たちがいただくわ。
いいの。私は男も女も。さてと、サービス。乱入した男も自分は決して嫌いではありません。そして、観客の反応は。
Misty, you stupid bitch. You're supposed to wait until puberty's done with you so you can show off your new sweet rack. But that's not the point. Let me say a brief word or two about this clip, despite the fact that Jesse's hot as fuck Japanese voice is gonna distract me the entire time. On the outset, I really wish this episode was never made. Putting Misty through what amounts to a child beauty pageant is awful, because child beauty pageants shouldn't exist, and if you don't spend your life personally disowning any family member that you have who condones them, well then I'm gonna spend the rest of my life waiting for you to step outside your front door with a baseball bat in my hand. But the other comment I wanted to make is... Yep, I 100% get it. And in fact, I'm probably behind the decision. Don't get me wrong. I love giant tits and pornography, and I think America is embarrassingly conservative when it comes to sexuality. That's not a joke, I actually really do believe that. But Pokemon is a show for kids, and you just can't be doing that, you know what I mean? The plotline of a character dressing as the opposite sex to gain entry to something they want, say special privileges or specific prizes, is extremely old and almost entirely done in a good-natured way to make surface-level jokes on the different lifestyles men and women go through. There's nothing wrong with tackling that when it's done tastefully, but despite the fact that James would absolutely have me asking some very hard questions about myself if I wasn't already extremely comfortable with the idea of fucking a man, you can't just have the guy literally gesticulating his chesticles and inflating them like balloons. It's too much. I'll hold off on more specific judgment until the episode is over, but so far I'm on the camp of, yeah, it should have been taken down. Next come Ekans and Coughing in the costume portion, doing an impression of an Almond Knight, which is a shitty
Dang it, of course I still draw the useless one.
Is going to step in to have it stop being shitty and terrible.
I know you're out there in a crowd somewhere, but I didn't come here to make you jealous of me yet. I came here so some of my beautiful fan club members could make you jealous of me.
Damn, this rap beef goes hard. It really made me miss when Pokemon rivals had teeth. No one throughout the years in Pokemon, or hell, nearly any other franchise, knew just how to piss a guy off like Gary motherfucking Oak. This is an open entry beauty contest hosted by a foreign tourist island. Gary isn't even an entrant, and yet his first command as he wrestles the microphone away is to call Ash a bitch-ass loser, who is a kid that 99% of the audience don't even know. That's moxie, I tell ya. Ash snaps Pikachu's neck in a race to start the playground smackdown, and Gary's fan club, a collection of 6 girlfriends he has, which is perfectly normal for a 10-year-old, I had that, begin flocking all over the beach contest since they're allowed to compete at the same time for some reason. Jesse and James get super pissed at the bimbos flouncing their stuff better than them, until Brutella scoops them away.
You three were really from Team Rocket.
Oh, really? Really? You know that information? Is it because they washed
Dark
up on
Ruler.
the beach while they were wearing their uniforms with giant red R's on them? You know, the same ones they've changed into right now for this scene for no reason? The uniforms that they were wearing when they fucking came out of their Gyarados submarine? Is that how you obtain this information, Brutella, you fucking sorceress? Brutella blackmails Team Rocket out of the contest and into destroying it because, as I discussed earlier, she's kind of a dumb piece of shit. And while that starts, Ash bum rushes the stage, threatening to kick Gary's ass because, I mean, you know, let's be honest, there's no rules or structure left to this thing anymore. Doubling down on that point, Brock steps in to hold Ash back from a potential fist fight, and he's supposed to be the announcer of this whole thing? Fuck it, I guess. The Gyarados submarine turns into a tank and storms the beach like Normandy, but Ash calls out that it's not a real sea dragon monster and it's a phony. Team Rocket logically responds by firing a fucking missile at him. Brock correctly in Call of Duty that it's a heat-seeking missile, and Ash sends out Pidgeotto and Charmander, who, without being instructed on any of this, know to link up and wait for Ash to call for Flamethrower to lure the missile away toward Team Rocket. And then things end. Somehow Mo gets to keep his boat, even though the entire beauty contest prize money raising effort was fully derailed by a literal terrorist attack. Which is fine because it results in the funniest joke of the entire show. Ash's mom won the beauty contest, and with a badonk like that, I'm not surprised. This episode could have easily been salvageable. Just change Misty to any adult woman. Say this woman befriends the main protagonist.
Magbayad ng SSS, saka magbayad ng Smart Bro. May,
Yep.
may padala na daw si daddy mo dun sa ATM mo.
Yes.
Kaya ibigay mo sa akin, pati yung
Yes.
PIN number. Tapos yung Smart Bro na, nasa table, dyan sa baba. Sulatan mo na, ha? Kasi
Okay.
hindi ko alam, hindi ko makita yun, eh. Ha?
Okay.
Para pag alis namin, magbabayad na lang.
Are we going grocery shopping?
O, grocery ka?
I mean, I kinda want candy. That's
Okay.
about it.
Hindi. Idadaan pa ko sa bangko, matatagal lang ka.
I see.
Kasi nga nawawala yung ATM, di ba? I-report ko pa.
I see.
Eh, ano pa bibili mo?
That's it. Just candy.
Anong hindi? Sulat mo.
Oh, kisses. Just a small one will do.
Okay. Basis lang, ha?
Hmm.
Okay. Sulatan mo, ha?
Yes, pa.
Saka yung ATM, ibaba mo.
It's a debit card. Come on, banking's been around since before she was even born. How is she so... seemingly clueless about it? Huh. Here's Malong. I would like that angel statue to go away. I also want the bell gone.
And through some silly mix-up is the one to break the dock, and she has to pay it back. The gang decides to help her out, culminating in them befriending Mo as well, and then giving a shit about his problems, ultimately earning us a reason for our beauty contest. James doesn't even have to cross-dress, since the plot still makes perfect sense if it's just Jessie that enters and gets mad that she's being upstaged. And if you really want to include the silliness of James being a contestant, then you don't have to give him giant fake tits. He's already stupid hot. Hell, I would say that plot actually makes a lot more sense all around, and it avoids any and all parts of the episode coming off as creepy. I'm fully behind this one getting pulled, and I'm really confused why it was even considered a good idea, but with some small adjustments, it's actually really workable. Oh well, I mean, it's a good thing that one was harmless. Aside from some questionable scenes, it was all jovial and fun. That's the perfect segue for me to talk about this next one, because it's so much more controversial in an entirely unpleasant and not fun way. Holiday Hijinks begins with Jessie pretending to be asleep so that Team Rocket can kidnap Santa Claus to steal everyone's presents. Oh my god, that is fucked. After testing that their trap works on a dressed-up James, Jessie recounts in a flashback the story of why she has a personal vendetta against Kris Kringle.
James Positive. Oh, I saw with my own eyes that he's a trickster and a thief. Jesus. Jesus.
And the episode is banned. I lied to you. I tricked you. I mentioned that I'll be going over all the episodes, but I don't need to talk about this one any further. There's nothing else interesting to talk about in it, so it would just be a straightforward review, and that's not the point of this video. If you're curious, Ash and company find a Jinx washed up on a beach. The Jinx psychically projects its origin story into their minds, and they find out she belongs to Santa Claus. They vow to bring her back to the North Pole, and on the way there, they meet a Lapras who can speak telepathically. Even though Lapras isn't a psychic type, this show is written by morons, but we do get this absurd line out of it.
Santa Claus asked me to search for one of Jinx.
been missing for quite a while.
Team Rocket show up, Meow tells a joke that references Japanese kotatsus that most kids probably didn't even notice. And then all sorts of shenanigans ensue as Team Rocket holds Santa hostage so they can steal everyone's presents, which is just such a dick move. The whole Santa Jesse thing was a misunderstanding, whatever, Team Rocket's plan is foiled. Santa delivers presents with a magical flying ponytail, which is not a flying type, I hate these fucking writers. And Jesse, James, and Meowth are doomed to an eternal purgatory of sleep as punishment for their crimes. None of this matters. You're smart. You can probably see what the problem was. This episode got Pokemon in hot water for allegations of blackface. Now, before we get anywhere in this topic, here's a big fucking disclaimer all over the screen, so please close Photoshop and pay attention to me with your eyes instead of just looking at the brush options on your tablet. Blackface is bad. Racism is bad. Me having to remind you, the audience, with this is also bad, but one, YouTube doesn't trust me or any other creator on this website and will gladly kick me out for even thinking that I'm doing anything beyond trying to have an adult discussion with you all. And two, some of you out there are actually just stupid, or children, or both. Children kind of stupid by default. And you're gonna think that this next segment has me defending prejudice in any form, which is not true. And if you need to, go ahead and ask your parents to explain my next words to you so that you can figure out that's not at all what I'm saying. Let's go back to cultural differences. Jinx very well may have roots in terrible racist stereotypes. Black people throughout history of nearly every international culture have been drawn and depicted in very unflattering ways. The influence of racist caricatures on Japanese culture is far too complex for this video and impossible to determine
What happened to
on a
this guy?
case-by-case basis. Jinx
They're doing so well.
may have been a case of Japan not
There we
seeing
go.
any harm in
Alright.
having a character
I guess-
depicted like
I
this.
guess they were
And
really
localization
debating
to a
whether
much
they
more
wanted to bring
diverse
out
country
Vsauce.
brought it under the line of fire. And if you don't believe me, let's go ahead and watch together a clip
Reframing
from
is bad.
2017's Gaki no Tsukai annual Batsu game, which is a giant comedy special
For
that
me,
airs
I mean,
every single
I'm not saying
year
it's a bad
to
trap card.
millions and millions of Japanese citizens.
I'm saying it, I'm going to have a shit time.
You could not do this in America. Straight up. You could not get away with this in America, and yet this clip is from 2017, only 7 years ago as of this video, and everyone in Japan is laughing. Cultural differences. And in fact, the referencing may have cut on a deeper intentional level than people anticipated. Jinx being Santa's helpers in the anime may be a reference to Black Pete, a traditional helper of Santa Claus who's often seen paraded around Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg, who is literally a guy depicting an African man by wearing blackface. Ooh, history really isn't helping your case, Pokemon. So with all that preamble and safety netting out of the way, I now think I feel safe enough to get through this line to discuss
Alright, let's just
what
play
my
every card we can and see what happens.
is. From my research, I found two very credible potential sources for Jinx's origin, and I believe them to be much more likely explanations. The level of international ignorance in her design will be up to debate probably forever, but I do think one of these two concepts, or a mixture of both,
I want to see how they
explains
react
why
to
she's
me
the way
trying
she
to go
was.
for Chaos
The first
Angel
is that
instead of
Jinx is a parody of
the
Gangaroe
two others that are
fashion, a
clearly
popular
far more
fashion sense in
dangerous.
Japan from the 80s
I mean,
and 90s, where
Chaos
girls with
Angels at
intentionally
towers right
get
now.
golden brown tans, grow out their hair, and dye
Actually,
all
I can
sorts of
still
gaudy
fucking punch
colors.
it.
Game Freak, the creators of the Pokemon games, were headquartered near Shibuya, Tokyo at the time, specifically very close to some popular Gangaroe pop culture hangout spots. In fact, this extrapolates itself when you get to the second Pokemon generation and meet Smoochum, the baby version of Jinx, who very well may be a parody of Garumamas, which are basically Gangaroe girls who become mothers at early ages and balance parenting with being fashionistas. Now this makes sense because Jinx isn't even remotely only the first entirely humanoid Pokemon in the original 151. There's the Machop line, Hitmonchan, and Hitmonlee. Those are all just dudes, except Hitmonlee has a horrific neck problem. I mean, seriously, they are just strong men and there's nothing else there.
They all don't have
It's
necks.
a parody of Japanese culture the same way that Hitmonchan is a parody of professional boxing. It makes complete sense for a company situated in Japan before the modern internet. The second explanation is that Jinx is a parody of the yokai Yamauba. Yokai are traditional ghosts and spirits from Japanese folklore and stories. If you don't really understand because you're out there desperately craving a television show where women throw wine at each other and begin slapping one another because you're an American like I am and that's just damn good entertainment, think of them as like Paul Bunyan, Johnny Appleseed, or Benjamin Franklin. Yamauba, also known as Yamamba or Yamanba, is said to be a nasty old woman with long, unkempt golden hair and a tattered kimono or robe. This spirit waits in the mountains to devour lone travelers using a mouth hidden in her hair. Oh hey, you know what the mountains are? Cold. Jinx is a fucking ice type. No one ever really brings that fact up in discussions I find about her, but that makes so much more sense when you notice that outside of
Don't
the
even
obvious
need the rabbit, huh?
wildlife inclusion
You just
parallels
always
to real
top
life,
deck it.
Pokemon almost always equates their ice Pokemon to mountains and cave regions. I mean, to me, it wouldn't make the most sense for the Pokemon Company to just make a black person Pokemon and call it a day. The specifically contrasting flowing blonde hair, ice typing, and something I haven't mentioned yet, operatic Viking stylings depicting
I
her
don't care
stinging
too much
in
if she
many
doesn't get
various
considered a
iterations,
queen.
and swirly buxom figure being similar
She's
to a
fine
typical
as she
opera
is.
fat lady, all seem to me that I really want to make an icy-themed creepy lady and made the very unfortunate tone-deaf decision to also give her a jet black face and large pink lips. So what happened with this one? Well, the episode was pulled thanks to one Carol Boston Weatherford, an American children's book and poetry author. Back in 2000, she wrote a handful of articles condemning certain properties for being culturally insensitive, key among them being Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. Now, a little side note, because I found this kind of funny, Carol's gripe with Dragon Ball Z was pretty obviously Mr. Popo. But the defense that I see for Mr. Popo from a lot of fans is either A, Mr. Popo is an alien or deity, he's not supposed to represent a specific race, or B, his design comes directly from Mahakala, which is the wrathful manifestation of Buddha, right down to the appearance and the fact that they're both guardian figures to their respective canons that are acting as servants to higher powers. But then there's Staff Officer Black, who is just a black guy. And Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, decided to draw him like this. So, yeah. Anywho, Carol wrote a prominent critic think piece called Politically Incorrect Pokemon. I'll link a re-upload in the description, and among other descriptors, Carol calls Jinx an overweight drag queen masquerading as a racist stereotype. This letter, along with other outrage, forced Nintendo to act, pulling it from all television networks and eventually scrubbing the episode from the history books. The status of this episode today is dicey. Although it was seen every now and then on on-demand services, it's not available anywhere in dubbed form except for the VHS and DVD physical releases made before the controversy. In terms of finding the Japanese version online, rumor has it shifts in and out of rotation on Japanese streaming platforms. During a 15-year anniversary event of Pokemon in Japan, the episode
Are we going for a second Chaos Angel here?
but Jinx was recolored to have purple skin, and by the time the international releases of Gold, Silver, and Crystal hit other countries besides Japan, her sprite was permanently changed, and this became her new design. And I gotta say, I like it a lot more. Obvious political safety net aside, I think it better complements her color palette and makes her look more like an ice type because of frostbite and all that shit. Not at all surprised this slipped through the cracks in the early 2000s when the internet wasn't yet a super convenient tool for foreign localization teams to do a little fact-checking with, but I absolutely think the change is without a doubt the best move. Jinx's appearance went on to get further episodes of the show edited or banned outright, but this is the one that really prominently displayed the controversy. Okay, can I be funny again? I know that story is interesting, but goddammit, it's just not funny and potentially uncomfortable. Let's talk about something much funnier. It's The Legend of Miniryu actually wouldn't be called that in the dimension where it made it to American airwaves because Miniryu, which I'm bastardizing I know, is Dratini's Japanese name. Instead, The Legend of Miniryu, which I am going to call The Legend of Dratini for the rest of the video for clarity, is going deeper into the censorship cave because it actually never aired anywhere outside of Asia, which means it never even got to be dubbed in English. Back in the day when Pokemon was bursting into the West, 4Kids, a name which probably just made many of you shiver in horror, had the localization rights, and 4Kids took one look at this episode and immediately said, no, no, fuck that, no fucking way, we're not airing that. Now, I would normally have to rely on the subtitled version to review this episode because there was no official English dub, and I would rather eat broken glass for breakfast than try to convince a modern-era YouTube audience to actually pay the fuck attention to what they're watching. Do you really think that I can keep up with shorts content and second monitor gaming? Get the fuck out of here. So I want to extend a huge thanks to Nifty Halo Studios and 4Fans Entertainment, who created a fan English dub of this episode it's decent. I'll be using clips for that for my own convenience. By the way, to those people in those groups, if you get your work pulled off the internet because of copyright claims because of this video, I'm sorry. So I'm not going to link this fan dub anywhere because I don't want link scanning bots or copyright bots to find it. You can easily track it down yourself with creative Googling, and if any of you are going to make fun of any of their performances in the comments, I just want you to know that I will find out where you live and make out with your parents in front of you, because the fact that we have this dub at all is kind of a blessing and is going to make this a lot more convenient. So fuck you, let's get started. Our protagonists, Aiden, Mandy, and Blake, show up for a hike in one of our many national parks, and okay, I got desperate. The joke's a localization joke, I just needed some jokes to wash the dour taste out of my mouth from that last segment. I promise the video gets funny again. Ash and friends have arrived at the Safari Zone, and they're singing jaunty tunes about their adventures until an old man cowboy shows up to ruin absolutely everything.
Oh, how I really like to catch a break. Yay! What? If you're just here to annoy the Pokemon with that dreadful singing, then leave.
We're here to catch the Pokemon.
Who are you?
Okay, mystery solved and why it was banned. Moving on. No, okay, I can't just do that. I need the video to be longer for precious ad revenue and to hit YouTube's algorithm even more intensely. And more importantly, to make you smile more. Yay! The gun isn't a prop as part of a fake cowboy cosplay. It's not a fake out of him aiming somewhere else to protect them. It is absolutely loaded, and things are absolutely
Wait, I'm an idiot.
worse. This rootin' tootin' blasted boy introduces himself as Kaiser, which is the official Japanese name I'll be rolling with for this script, since again, the episode was never dubbed in English. Kaiser runs the entrance of the Safari Zone, which I'm sure most of you remember from the games as being the place where you can catch wild Pokemon one-on-one with lots of Safari Balls.
Oh
instead of
shit,
using
I
your own Pokeballs
got
and
them
Pokeballs.
mixed up. I thought this was the recycling one. I'm an
You only
idiot.
use Safari balls and a fishing rod to catch the Pokemon here. Anyone found breaking this rule will be dealt with severely.
Severely?
I mean, yeah, this is kind of worse. I was ready to pull the episode the first time a 10-year-old boy had a gun pointed at him, but they really swiftly and purposely drilled what's happening into the audience's minds here. What I find most funny to analyze is how overtly upsetting this imagery would be to tons of people when the reality of Pokemon is potentially so much worse. The Pokemon world, especially in the anime, usually seems to present the most idealized version of its universe, where people use these actual creatures of legend to further toil along in mundane life, where a living flamethrower is just used to barbecue some meat, and a Pokemon made out of the earth itself will just find themselves taking up the most menial, back-breaking positions at construction sites. Let's just call this universe for exactly what it is and apply reality to it. If Pokemon were real, and their entire capacity was harvested for humanity's use, all that would happen is an immediate combination of societal breakdown in favor of reckless superpower use, and a gigantic interspecies orgy for about 5 minutes, until the one fucker who obtained a god status Pokemon decided to poof the universe out of existence just because they could. But in the design
I'm
world
realistically
of
not
Pokemon,
winning
people
this.
try to live what we experience
Let's just
as
go. They
normal
have
daily
follow-up
lives alongside
guaranteed.
creatures of terrible destruction that keep their potential reined in at all times purely because this is a family-friendly property. I mean, hell, if we took what I just said onto a more benevolent planet Earth, all worldwide hunger and clean
Send
water
it to
deficiency
grave.
would
That
be
doesn't
cured
count as destruction.
instantaneously
That's fucking
thanks to some conveniently
God.
shift around grass and water types. We, in the best of outlooks, could use these creatures to
Damn
end
it.
humanity's suffering. And the Pokemon world doesn't do that either. It exists in a never-ending state of paralleling the ordinary society. Now what does that mean for our analysis? Well, there's one simple truth that's going to happen in this instance, whether the showrunners meant it or not. That gun is scary, because guns are scary, at least